Welcome to the lore story of what I like to call the Agent of Nightmares. Fade is the 20th agent to join the Valorant protocol after causing quite a bit of disruption within the team. Before joining the protocol, Fade worked for an organization known as Realm. If you want to learn more about them, check out my lore video on Harbor. At some point, Fade lost someone close to her and she believes that the Valorant protocol were the ones who had taken him. She sent an anonymous email to the protocol threatening to reveal all of their secrets to the public. The email got the protocol riled up and trying to figure out what was going on, as dossiers of the agents were released as well, speaking somewhat vaguely to the backstories of everyone. Sova leaves a voicemail to Brimstone questioning their motives and expressing his concern about this blackmailer.
Brimstone, I do not understand. Our secrets were buried deep, but the blackmailer has everything. They did not leak our dossiers to the public, but they could, and they will. Cypher has rivals, but they are not behind this. He claims the work is too impressive, and if Cypher's impressed, we should all be very concerned. You need to put the Omega plans on hold. We are far too exposed to fight a war on both fronts. This blackmailer is the priority now. We need them found or dead.
It wasn't until later that Cypher made a breakthrough and revealed to Brimstone that he found her location in Turkey. At this point, Brimstone needed to assemble a strike team and go and capture this blackmailer, and Sova again left a voicemail to Brimstone with his suggestions.
Commander, the strike team to apprehend this blackmailer. You asked for my recommendations. Besides myself, we must send Cypher. No one else can handle surveillance of an entire city. Chamber can provide fire support from a vantage position. Breach has a history with extractions. It would be foolish not to take advantage. Neon can help cover ground quickly. Also, she needs a break from Killjoy. Those two have been cooped up in the lab for too long, and KO has agreed to pilot the Vulture. 5 on the ground, 1 in the skies. This is good. We will bring this threat to justice, Brimstone. You have my word.
A strike team was then assembled, including Sova and Cypher, where they successfully captured Fade in Turkey and brought her in for questioning. Brimstone's email in patch 407 basically covers all this, saying, Agents, word around headquarters travels fast. So I'll cut to it. The recent threat to our security was a single independent target. She was apprehended last night thanks to the efforts of our strike team in Turkey, and is currently being detained. An unusual move for us, I know, but this is an unusual situation. I need all of you on high alert. We'll have answers soon. Cypher goes on to interrogate Faye to understand what her motives are. I have a log of the interrogation playing on the screen now as I summarize through it so you guys can follow along. Basically, it starts off with Cypher demanding answers from Fade, like what exactly she knows about the Valorant protocol. Fade thinks that Cypher is angry that she was able to reveal so much information about them and that this is now just a revenge. She goes on to tell Cypher how she knows about the protocol's operating guidelines, the location of their headquarters, their weapons loadout, R&D budget, and the last 6 months of their mission archives. Cypher finds it impressive that she was able to obtain all this information and realized that it must have something to do with her radiant powers, especially after Fade told him that not all secret hunters need a camera to reveal things. He also asks Fade to explain what she means by someone was taken from her, as it was mentioned in her first email blackmailing them. Fade thought that Cypher was just playing dumb and told him that they know exactly what they did, and Cypher denied having anything to do with that person's disappearance, but also revealed a piece of information that Fade did not know about, and that's the fact that there are other worlds than the one that they're currently in. By this, he was referring to Omega Earth and the Valorant Legion, who were probably the ones responsible for this person's disappearance. If you want a complete breakdown of the lore on Omega Earth, check out this video here as it's actually pretty interesting. Links are in the description down below as well. And before I move on, I want to talk to you guys about my line of PCs with Apex Gaming PCs. Christmas is just around the corner, and what better way to start off the new year with a brand new PC? Apex Gaming PCs has a large selection of PCs to suit your needs. Whether you're a casual gamer, a hardcore gamer, a streamer, a video editor, or all the above. Whatever need you have for a PC, you can find it on Apex Gaming PCs. Right now, they have a 20% off on all their PCs when you use the discount code on screen. And if you're watching this after the holidays, Don't worry, you can always use my personal code Nibble as well to give you 10% off your order. They have also gone an extra step and given you the ability to finance your next PC, rather than paying the whole thing in full at once. If you're just a casual gamer, I would suggest checking out their Apex Bronze PC line, but if you want something stronger because you play more demanding games, or you're a video editor, or you're a streamer, then I would suggest checking out their streamer line. So if you're looking for a new PC this holiday season, make sure you guys go and check them out. Alright, back to Fade's lore. After Cypher finished his interrogation of Fade, he realized that Fade is not actually their enemy, but rather their ally, as they have a common enemy being the Valorant Legion. So he ends up recommending her to Brimstone for recruitment in this voicemail.
Brimstone, I've completed my audio analysis of the interrogation. My conclusion is the same as yours. Our house guest is not the enemy. If anything, she is an ally with enormous potential. Her suspicion of Valorant is understandable given the state of our world. But if we can find a mutually beneficial agreement, I foresee great things for us all. I support her recruitment. Just keep her away from my servers.
Brimstone then goes on to recruit Fade, and it looks like a deal was made between them where she would help the protocol scout Omega Earth, so long as it brings Fade closer to the person that she has lost.
So what do I call you now? Sir? Commander? Maybe not. The nightmare is not an easy thing to wield. Rarely has it led me amiss. And yet it has. That is regrettable. But it is behind us. I will help you scout this Omega Earth, as you call it. But there can be no secrets between us. I carry your banner as long as it brings me closer to him. With that said, if I even sense that you have strayed from your word, well, you will be lucky if you never see me again.
Some of the agents were obviously shocked and concerned by this, given how this new agent was a huge threat and has all of their secrets, with Jet saying that they can't trust her with how much she knows and after she blackmailed them. We now have Fade working for the Valorant protocol rather than against them, which is great. One thing we need to understand about Fade, which many people seem to forget, is that she cannot read minds. She doesn't get information from people by reading their minds and looking into their pasts. Rather, she obtains information from people's fears. She uses fear as a conduit to look into people's nightmares, and she's able to get information from there. She's able to extract the person's biggest fear, and if she wanted to, use it against them. In her agent trailer, we get a really good example of this.
Cypher to all stations. I have a signal. Our blackmailer is headed east.
Leon, this is Sova. Confirm you have target visual. Ground team, collapse and converge on Sector 4.
I've seen your darkest fears. Mine would eat them alive.
The trailer shows the strike team mentioned earlier getting ready to face and capture Fade. However, she's able to latch her powers onto them and look into their biggest fears, such as Cypher being seen. We know that Cypher is a secretive person who hides almost everything about himself, including his own face and family, and fears being revealed or exposed. Or in KO's case, the fear of losing his best friend Brimstone. As we know, KO is from an alternate timeline from the future, where the world has fallen into an all-out war with Radiant and humans, and in his timeline, KO fails to protect Brimstone and he dies. KO then goes back in time to present day to prevent it all from happening, with his biggest fear being that he will fail again and lose his best friend once more. I have complete lore videos on both Cypher and KO as well, so make sure you guys check them out if you're interested in learning more. Links are in the description. Aside from Fade's ability to look into people's nightmares, she also has physical skills as well, as she used to be a bounty hunter. Fade also has an Omega counterpart, which surprisingly got quite a bit of screen time and some story of her own. In the Revelation cinematic, we get to see 4 separate things happening at once. Alpha's Harbor and Astra are on Omega Earth to locate the new map Lotus at that time. Omega Sage and Omen are at their headquarters with Sage practicing in the arena. Omega Jet, Raze, and Killjoy are on some sort of vacation. And Omega Fade seems to be in a nightclub where she's interacting with several unknown people and steals information about Lotus from them. It's pretty cool because we get to see how Fade uses her nightmare powers to take down enemies without actually fighting them physically.
Visions in my head of this, you don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, eyes that compare, but nothing feels like how it feels. To know these things upon my head, the weight of everything, and everything's just fate. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams, finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and everywhere we go it leads to an open door. Mistakes, the good and bad days, but nothing really breaks if I got you. Look at the sky when you go outside. I know there is nothing to keep me alive. Finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me. No, there is nothing. And everywhere we go, we're leading to an open door. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me back.
As more agents are released into the protocol, Fade continues to look into their fears and generates dossiers about them. And I think it's important that she does this because it reveals deeper aspects about their lore and personality that otherwise may not be known. But it is pretty intrusive that she does that. That's all the lore that we have on Fade at the moment. I hope you guys were able to follow along and learn something from this. I think it's pretty cool how integrated Fade is with each new agent, with her dossiers, and it feels like she always has a presence because of it. Let me know what you guys think about Fade's lore in the comment section down below. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future lore videos. Agent 27 is starting to be revealed, and I think he'll probably be released in the finals of ECT Masters in Bangkok in the first week of March. so stay tuned for more information on that as well. And I'll obviously be making a lore video for him as well. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.